Testing, testing, testing. Okay, looks like we got good audio, I think. Let's see if we're having any crazy audio rebalancing. Nope, it's staying consistent. We got Umbreon on my lap, wagging his tail, looking excited. Oh, hey, buddy. Hi, buddy. Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday, December 13th at 8:47 a.m. It is a morning stream. Can you believe it? It has been some time since we did a good morning say it back. Hey, Cop Watcher. Good to see you, pal. Oh, I see some slight issues with my overlay here. Let me just extend that a little bit. Should be good now. Beautiful. Good morrow, yo, to you as well, Cop Watcher. How are you doing? How is everyone doing? I guess I should post on Discord as well. Let's see. Share, copy. Like the stream on your way in. Everyone, good morning. Come say it back. Come say it back. Come say it back. Say it back to me. Anyway, wow. What a time to be alive. So let's see. I made a promise. Tail wag test definite pass, 100%. I made a promise kind of at the beginning of this month. Also interesting. I should probably change my layout here. Hang on one second. Put my chat over, or no, I want chat under the camera maybe? No, I don't. I want it under the stage though. That's what I want. Okay, that is well. Okay, yeah, whatever. We're good. I made a promise at the beginning of the month, roughly. Hey, Alexander Wren and Joe Cool. Good to see you both. That I was going to stream every day this month. And in the background, I made a separate promise to myself that if I failed to do this, if I missed a day, if something happened, then I would still keep going with the streak. Because, I don't know. I feel like I have a tendency, especially with streak-based task encouragement, where like if I have a streak on something going for like a long time, I feel really good about that streak, and then like if it ends, I'm like, well, fuck it. It's just like, who even cares? I don't even care about that anymore. But I didn't want that to happen with this, so I'm gonna continue as if I didn't miss yesterday. I had a lot going on yesterday. It was a busy day, and we just didn't have time really to sit down and stream. But now we're here, So I still feel good about that. And also, we have 12 days to Christmas, huh? So that's exciting. 12 Radical Coder days to Christmas. I do have my I don't have anything to put it on, but I do have this advent calendar that my sister got me of hot sauces, and I think it's 12 days of hot sauces. I guess I could just open the first one and taste it, right? Like, why not? I just don't have like chips or anything to put it on. Cop Watcher says, let's just pretend yesterday didn't happen. Yeah, exactly. Off the record. I mean, I made a post, I wanted to say something. I didn't want to just like not just be completely absent arbitrarily. So I did make that post. So I might open this in a little bit, but I don't even know how long we're gonna stay live. But Alexander says, huge props to keeping on. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. So I guess looking at my screen here, you see we are looking at ChatGPT 5.2. So we do a lot of stuff with AI on this channel. We don't really, I don't know, we're not like an AI news channel or anything like that, but we do a lot of stuff with AI here. And I like to talk about new models when they drop. And, we've been using ChatGPT 5.1 for a while. And I think a lot of people probably don't expect this to be as big of a change as it is, but I've been playing around with it. I've been reading about it and watching videos about it, and it seems like this is a pretty massive leap forward in a few particular ways. So maybe we'll talk about that. There's a lot of implications about ChatGPT 5.2 that are probably a lot of people aren't fully grasping yet, but I think it will have some pretty again, like major implications. Cobb Watcher says, does each flavor of hot sauce get increasingly spicier each day? Yes, I believe so. So you've been in the hospital by Christmas? Yeah, it's supposed to be like up here at the top, it's like, need some milk yet? Like it gets spicier and spicier. I think they're spicier at the top, and at the bottom is 1. I mean, can we just go for it? What do you think, Gabriel? Do you want some hot sauce, buddy? I don't think we should give you any of that. I don't think it's good for doggies. Yeah, let's get it over with. Okay, so hot sauce day number 1. Why not? Let's crack it. These are big bottles. I have to drink this whole thing? Brand, you're not going to want any part of this, I promise you. How do I even get this thing out? Okay. You want to chew up the cardboard, buddy? I know you love cardboard. Here, you can play with this. Rip that up, chew on it. Hopefully it doesn't have lead. Give him lead poisoning. So, Cascabella hot sauce. Cascabella. Anybody know what that means? I don't know what Cascabella is. Is that a kind of pepper? Yeah, Cascabella pepper mash. Let's see what a Cascabella pepper looks like. Cascabella pepper. Oh, pretty. I know these peppers. Okay. Oh, okay. It is an awesome gift. Days until sudden hospitalization. Well, let's hope not. But I guess we'll see. 1 bottle of spicy ass hot sauce breakfast at Champions. Yeah, I should have made some eggs or something. I made Umbreon an egg like an hour ago. But I didn't make myself any. I did eat like a pulled pork sandwich from yesterday. But whatever. We're just gonna taste it. Why not? Doesn't have to be a whole thing. Actually, let me just take a quick second. Let me see if I have any chips or anything. I can could be interesting. So I'll be right back. Okay, hold that thought, everybody. I have wonderful news. I have absolutely wonderful news. We have found some Triscuits. Give me 1 second. How do I turn my camera back on? There it is. No, Umbreon, unfortunately, these chips are not for you. But I have some Triscuits. Another good source of fiber. Well, these are unopened. Whatever. They can yell at me later. One of my roommates. Alright, so we got Triscuit. I guess I gotta open the hot sauce still. Alexander, for $10, thank you so much, Alexander, says, you gotta let us know if it's finger dipping good or bowel cleansing great. Alright. Between the two, I'll let you know exactly which one it is. The full spectrum of human emotions captured in that super chat. What I know for sure is it's like really difficult to open, apparently. Can I just twist it? Yeah. It's coming off. No, sir. No, it's not for you, puppy dog. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's see. Cascabella. Oh. I'm gonna have to be careful with the future ones because I put a lot on there. Interesting. Wow. It does have a kick to it. They tend to keep the hazardous materials hard to open. No? What did I do wrong? Sauce on the tongue side? Yeah, I probably should have done that. It is harder than I thought it would be. For the first one. Wow, this is going to be a rough month, guys. It's really good though. At first I wasn't sure about it. Kind of mid. No, surprisingly, really tasty actually. It has a strong kick. I mean, it's not like unbearable, but it is harder than I expected it to be. But no, pretty tasty. Yeah, I know I should. Yeah, the sauce side down was a mistake. Or this not putting it sauce side down rather was a mistake. But the deed is done. I will definitely probably make some eggs after this stream and put it on those. It's really tasty. Are these like is this like the pepper sauce that they have at like Steak and Shake? You guys know what I'm talking about? What's the Steak and Shake pepper sauce? Steak and Shake pepper sauce. Like, what kind of peppers are these? I feel like this is what it kind of tastes like. That's what they remind me. But I guess these are like a different kind of pepper. I'm not sure. Hot sauce comes in two flavors, hot and sauce. Cop Watcher says the first one has a kick. You're going to be in a world of hurt these next days. Yeah. This is going to be rough. But it's fun. Bouncy chat. Let's have bouncy chats. I do like it. My tongue is like burning a little bit. But like again, it's like it's a very tolerable burn. But it's nice. It's kind of nice. Okay. Well, shout out Cascabella hot sauce, okay? Day one. Let's ask ChatGPT 5.2. What kind of peppers are in those Steak and Shake pepper sauce bottles? This is what we're doing with AGI. Ask, like, Googling shit. Worcestershire sauce. Did I say it right? Worcestershire? You need to mix the sauce into the eggs before they before they cook. It makes it stronger but less hot. Interesting. Yeah, I usually like put hot sauce in after, but that's yeah, I might try that. Worcester, is it Worcestershire? Worcestershire? You just typed that so that I would struggle to say it, didn't you? Or basically pepper vinegar. Well, yeah, okay, Tabasco peppers. Those are Tabasco peppers. That makes sense. Oh, it's in Texas Pete green pepper sauce. I don't think I've tried Texas Pete green pepper sauce. Obviously, I've had Texas Pete sauce, but... Okay. The more you know. Anyway. So we are here hanging out with ChatGPT 5.2. Good morning, Team Fatty. Good to see you, buddy. Let me know if you're doing any fun panels in the coming weeks. Might be fun to hop on one of those again. It's been a while. I pronounce it Worcestershire. 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 Okay. Alexander says, learn that at a Korean place. They have a legit Bible of cookery that they've had their family for generations. They also make some amazing food. Okay. That is really interesting. I'm going to have to try that. But yeah, so a few weeks ago, we had kind of a leap forward, I would say, in terms of like coding ability, as well as a few other, probably quite a few other metrics and stuff. When Gemini 3 Pro dropped. Team Fatty says, I'm back on my main channel. We'll get you there in the next weeks. Hell yeah, brother. All right. I'll see you there. Oh, were you off your main channel? Did something? Oh, did I don't know. Did something happen? I wasn't aware. I'm sorry. But yeah, Gemini 3 Pro dropped, and it was a pretty big deal. And then, like, almost immediately after, Claude Opus 4.5 dropped, which was then immediately the best model for coding. Although I still prefer Gemini in its kind of stylistic choices, but ChatGPT 5.2 thinking has showed up to take the cake again, and this is, I mean, I think there's little argument. This is the current best coding model out there, and probably the best model overall, just in general. It also does a lot of. I think the thing that's really interesting about this model is apparently it's really good at kind of regular tasks like making PowerPoints, making Excel files, making like a lot of those kind of daily tasks are now apparently able to. I haven't tried to make any PowerPoint stacks or anything, or decks, so maybe we'll play with that a little bit. Actually, you know what? That's something to think about. So let's hop over to YouTube. I know, puppy dog. Let's find, like, I don't know. Here, we've got this Midas Touch video. We're going to grab this Midas Touch video. I know, puppy dog. You're so sad. Sorry, give me 1 second. Gonna grab this Midas Touch video. I'm gonna get the transcript here, which I don't know. I haven't tried to just pass ChatGPT 5.2 like a video. I don't know if it can watch videos quite in the same way that Gemini can. Warlight says, "Good morning, Radical Coder. Are there any good fights today? Possibly, but we're just kind of vibing right now. Hey, relax, buddy. We're just kind of vibing. So I'm actually gonna ask, make a PowerPoint slide deck out of this video transcript. Lean into my voice and perspective, and let's just see if it does. I don't know how long it'll take." Warlight says, "Anyone know of any good boxing matches or UFC fights happening on this day?" You're asking the wrong guy, unfortunately. That is not my world. We do fights here, but it's debate fight. We fight with our words. We fight with our rhetoric. We fight with ideas. We are in the marketplace of ideas, as it were. And it can be brutal. And there will be bloodshed. But don't do a lot of physical fighting here. Not yet. Who knows? You know, we are halfway to 1 million subs. So we could be fighting Jake Paul any day now. Is that the one that fights? Right? I think it is. So stay tuned, you know. I mean, right now, hundreds of thousands of people are watching this. let's see. I also actually, so I want to test out that question, but I also want to test how it does with Warlight. Says I watch those types as well, my friend. Well, good. You are definitely in the right place then, Warlight. Build a unique, custom presentation style web app, single HTML, Vue, Tailwind, etc., as per usual, but communicating the information from this YouTube video. So we'll try to make a PowerPoint out of it, and we'll try to make a web app out of it, and see which one we like better. Because I'm just kind of curious how it does both. I haven't really played with ChatGPT 5.2 too much. A couple of Burks says just passing through, saying hi and hitting the like. Thank you, couple of Burks. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hitting the like. Agent Smith says, Coder, will you ever be back on Verbal Combat? Probably. Yeah, I don't have any. I don't think I have any specific hard feelings or anything with Speakeasy. You know. I feel like I feel like I'm in an interestingly unique position as a lefty streamer. Good morning, Z King. Where I've got despite all the fallout between the Crucible, the Tomatoes, and everyone, as of a couple of days ago, I've reunited with a close friend of the stream, Rob Noor, and did a panel, and he offered me to I can call into his stream. He made that clear, and look, we got our issues with Rob Noor, but I think it's a sign of the kind of fluency that I have in being able to navigate a bunch of different spaces, I'm not tied down really, or ousted from any large any of the platforms in the space, at least not right now. That could change if I interrupt too much, perhaps. Let's do the bouncy chat. Oh. So it is interesting. I don't know. Close friend of the panel, Rob Snore. Yeah. No, I mean, obviously, we have very particular feelings about Rob Noor here, but I don't want to not be able to go on panels with him. I don't want to be locked out of those conversations like I briefly was. Hang on, sir, we're not doing this right now. Here, go out there. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's a FOMO. Maybe it's I just don't like the idea that I'm pushed out of a sphere, and I'm glad that I'm not currently I think I was for a while on the blacklist for Rob specifically. Someone has to counter his stupidity. At your service. Pisco can only do so much. And I feel like with Pisco and Rob, they just have to talk about Russiagate the entire time. Z King says, I'm looking at the Legends ZA Mega Evolutions and I'm all over. Part of me loves them while others leave me confused. I have been balls deep in the Mega Dimension DLC. I'm loving it. I love, I think Mega Heatran is the last one I caught. And what a great Mega. I even like Tatsugiri. I don't know. I'm such a sucker for Pokemon. It doesn't. Mega Staraptor is kind of cool. It's a little weird. Alexander Wren says, I saw something super cool, by the way. Chess timer conversations on Jubilee. That is interesting. I like chess. Oh, they're not actually playing. I see. Chess. Oh, you don't get to talk until the other person hits the button. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Very interesting. Each person gets 6 minutes total. The more you talk up front, the less you get to say at the end. Okay. That is fascinating. We could probably do something like that. Look how long this is taking. By the way, I just think it's interesting that okay, so it made the web app pretty quickly, but it's still building on this PowerPoint. It's actually like using Bash to make the assets and everything. It's been building for 6 minutes so far. Why didn't this put it on the canvas? Whatever, that's fine. Give me a second here. 5.2 test.html. See, it looks a little, I think it's going to look a little chaotic. So it's got chapters. It's giving me controls. It's not very beautiful. It's like putting the whole transcript here. I don't like that. I'm not loving this format. I'm a little disappointed, actually. Let me copy the same prompt, because I feel like Gemini does a really good job with these. But also my prompt could probably be a little bit better. No, not create images. Let's do a camera. I feel like Gemini does a better job at like just telling the story. Let's see. Agent Smith says, Abe made it to the finals last night. W. Abe. And someone paid the $100 to eliminate Abe, and Teriak won the $800 prize. $800 prize? God damn. That is juicy. You know, Teriyaki, he's a very frustrating person to talk to, but I mean, he's perhaps rhetorically gifted, even if it is a lot of gaslighting. Like, man, it is. Look, I get gaslit a lot in these conversations, in these spaces, and I'm pretty resistant to it. But like Teriyaki, man, it's just like it's constant. Good morning, Ditso. Good to see you, buddy. Oh, I don't have this on all messages. But yeah, I'll probably go on verbal combat again. And also, yeah, Alexander, I really like that idea. I bet there's some cool things we could take from that format and kind of weave into like panels we do here. I haven't really hosted any panels recently. So that needs to change as well. Sounds like a bad noodle. Teriyaki? Yeah. He's a very frustrating leprechaun. Is our PowerPoint? Damn, PowerPoint's still going. Let's see. How long? Like, it's interesting just to see like a ChatGPT query working for 10 minutes on a project. Just think about Rob being limited to 6 minutes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I actually really like that now. Less Rob. Yeah. Or just him having to be concerned about like him having to worry about whether or not he can filibuster is I feel like that changes the game quite a bit with Rob. And there was a point where I got the other night where I got into it like bad with Ryan Mullally. Because like he made one point and I was like, can we argue on that point? But every time like they make a claim and then it's like, okay, I want to argue about that claim, but they move on to like a bunch of different things. And then if you don't engage with the last thing they say, they're like, oh, well, you're not answering my question. I'm like, well, I don't care. I don't want to answer your question. I want to talk about the first fucking thing you said. I don't want to argue about the ninth thing. You said this one thing and I wanted to argue with that. And now you want to move on. Like, no, I don't want to move on, motherfucker. You know? Agent Smith says, I've told Els that someone can make a deal with an audience member to pay at the end and split the prize money. Yeah, I guess it could happen. That is interesting. Yeah. Are you saying that's what Teriyaki may have done? Thoughts on the Texas race? I haven't looked into it, actually. Alexander says, I know how to deal with that kind of crap. Teach me your ways. Yeah, I figured you meant easy. I just misread. Or I didn't misread. I correctly read, but I understood what you were saying. You tell them, I'll answer your question, but then you have to answer mine. Yeah, I'm really, like, this is like a shortcoming of mine that I need to work on. It's in a lot of contexts. Like, I'm really bad at coming up with, like, really good questions to ask. Like, it's easier for me to just, like, think through what's going on, like, think through the stuff. Because it's difficult for me to, like, preempt a dialogue tree. Like, I can't hold a lot in my head. Like, I've got, I don't know, like, maybe it's like an ADHD thing. But yeah, like, the interrogation, that's like a skill I need to work on regardless. Like, but yeah, I have to have, like, if I'm asking questions and if I'm trying to do an interrogation, I feel like I have to have some goal in mind, and I have to be able to navigate, like, where that conversation goes if they don't answer the way I expect them to, or if they do just yield something. It's like, yeah, I definitely have to work on that. Artie Stock says, do you think Rob is good faith? Not really. No, I don't think so. I wouldn't say so. And I was watching his conversation with Pisco yesterday, or I was listening to it yesterday, and, like, I feel like that was, like, really on display there. And I mean, Pisco, to his credit, like, he caught it, like, several times, as he tends to, right? But he, like, specifically pointed out, like there's a phrase he was like, this is your gambit, Rob, and it was like Rob would ask a question, and then Pisco would answer the question, and then Rob would rewrite that moment immediately. Like, I don't remember the exact question, so, forgive me for not, maybe not communicating this flawlessly. But, like, if you watch a lot of Rob Noah debates and stuff, and then you've probably seen this tactic happen, right? Where he asks something, and then he changes what he asks. He's like, okay, so you acknowledge X, Y, Z, you acknowledge, so he'll ask about X, and then if you answer yes, then he says, okay, so you concede Y. And it's like, well, what? No, I literally just, I conceded, or I agree with X, It's inherently a losing position. I think it's a difficult position, but holding their feet to the fire, grab onto something they say and not move on until they answer it. That's what I try. They're very slippery, though. It's very frustrating. And if there's a losing point, they're very adept at, like, sliding away from it, or like turning it around and trying to like put you on the defensive. It's because he gish gallops in his mind too. Oh yeah, for sure. Nope, not what I said. Nope, that's not what I asked. Do you enjoy sophistry? Those were my words. Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah, I mean, the clarity, the pointing out, like, no, that's absolutely not what I just said, not what I just agreed to. I think that's really good to do. Hang on. You back, buddy? Welcome back, sir. I missed you. Oh, come here, sweet boy. Artie Stock says, the goal is to make Rob angry and lose it. It makes for good content. Getting under his skin can be quite effective. But let's see. Tell me about the recent Texas Senate race. I heard some people talking about this, but I just didn't follow it specifically. This PowerPoint it's been, ChatGPT 5.2 has been working on a PowerPoint for 16 minutes now. This PowerPoint might not be done before this stream's done. Agent Smith says, did you see Brian Shapiro run laps around Rob East and Andrew Wilsoy? I did watch Brian's debate with Andrew. Um, I I think he did decent. I'm not sure how effective Brian was, but maybe I'm just like, I don't know if I'm like poisoned by watching so much, or by having seen so much of the like the Crucible style of content, or whatever. But yeah, I'm not sure. I think, again, I think Brian Shapiro did well, but yeah, I don't know. I was like, I felt like there's a lot of points where, like, moments where I was like, this is not like, this is like, I agree with what Brian's saying, but like, it's just not the way I think is best to deal with Andrew. But then again, like, who am I? Like, who am I to say? Alexander says, then walk their conversation tree down if you can remember it. A couple of days ago, someone was arguing the attacks on Venezuelan points, said we had to protect America from 100,000 deaths from fent. When pointed out fent doesn't come from there, they say it's drugs. It's their drugs it's being mixed with. When pointed out those boats go to Europe, they jump to, what do you have against Europeans? Yeah, a lot of moving, a lot of shifting the goalposts. I just feel like the uh, the poignancy of the points gets like diluted. Like, the more that they do that, the more that they're moving around. Like the main point. So like you kind of have to, you definitely have to keep like you have to walk through that whole thing and be like, okay, well, here's what happened. I asked you about this, then you said this, and then I asked you about this, and you kind of have to like run through it again and like summarize it to like make it even vaguely compelling, that like to anyone who's like not watching closely to how they engage, or people who are like, there's also a lot of people who watch and just, they love that they engage that way. They're like, yeah, look how flustered these people are. Look how frustrated they are because of how annoying you're being. Which I guess I also just kind of earlier in the stream I said how fun it can be to get Rob mad, but I think for different reasons. What? You're gonna whine because you can't bite my fingers? I don't want you to bite my fingers. I like my fingers. I need these. I only have 10 of these. You want to chew them off? Ridiculous creature. So obviously this is still cooking. So let's see what Gemini did. I've been signed out. Oh no, hang on. Let me sign back in. What happened? Well, that's disappointing. Like, that whole prompt. I thought it was cooking the whole time, but I was like signed out. Okay. We'll just try it again. And let's see about the Texas Senate race. Okay, the most recent completed Texas U.S. Senate race was November 5th. Wait, that was wait, no, this is not. No. What's recent right now? Is this what you're talking about, Z King? Was there a recent was there like a special election or something? Or is this what we're talking about? Just the early let's see, 5 days ago. Yeah, so you're talking about the Jasmine Crockett's running for Senate in Texas? Tells Trump I'm coming for you, based. Man, we're going to hear Rob quote that, right? Jasmine Crockett announces political persecution against Donald Trump. Z King says, I finished Heart Gold Soul Silver, now replaying ORAS. I never actually, that's actually I have both. I have Omega Ruby and I have Alpha Sapphire, and I've started them both, I think. I never finished either of those. Okay. Crockett enrages some fellow House Dems with Senate bid. Why is that? Why it matters. Many in the party fear the anti-Trump firebrand will alienate swing voters and drag down Democrats in the state if she clinches the nomination. I mean, she is inflammatory, but I mean, I would say in a good way, but I guess it's possible. It remains to be seen, right? So I think, yeah, the Republican primary, which is on March 3rd, that's coming up fairly soon, actually, would be Ken Paxton and Wesley Hunt against Cornyn. Pro-Cornyn groups have reportedly spent $40 million, while polling averages and ballot tests have often shown Paxton leading, with Cornyn and Hunt splitting the rest, suggesting a possible runoff if nobody clears 50%. And then we have Jasmine Crockett jumping in, Colin Allred ending his 2026 Senate bid, opting to run for the House instead. Yeah, I don't know a ton about Jasmine Crockett. I generally like what I hear from her. She was the one who did the she called him Hot Wheels, right? She called who did Crockett call Hot Wheels? I know people feel various types of ways about that nickname, but like I feel like in the Trump era, yeah, okay, Greg Abbott, yeah, Governor Hot Wheels. I mean, what can I say? Like, come on. I think the worst thing about this is that I think she like walked it back. Didn't she walk it back? Or say that's not what she meant, etc. I thought that made her look weak, to be honest. Like, just own it. Like, be like, yeah, look, it's not politically correct. Like, we live in an era where the president of the United States has nicknames for every single political opponent and potential political opponent, like in the country, you know, like, she did double down. Oh, okay, wait, she later clarified it. Okay. She did it, that's not what I meant clarification, but she didn't really retract or apologize. So initially it happened at a human rights campaign dinner in Los Angeles. She referred to him as Governor Hot Wheels, then called him a hot-ass mess. True. I mean, where's the lie? The walk back / clarification on March 25th. She posted that it wasn't about his wheelchair disability. She said she was thinking about Abbott's planes, trains, and automobiles used to transport migrants to other cities, and that the hot mess line was about his policies. Well, I think the hot mess thing, that I don't feel like that was like ableist or whatever. But, I mean, Governor Hot, there's just... I don't think you can get around this clearly being a jab at him being in a wheelchair, you know? Or a jab related to him being in a wheelchair. It's not like she's like, you're in a wheelchair, ha ha ha. You know, it's like, I don't feel like that's what's happening here. Polygraph, good to see you. We're doing well. No apology vibe. Reporting at the time noted she didn't apologize, and when pressed, she basically pointed people back to the clip. You saw the video, speaks for itself. But she did explicitly claim it wasn't about his disability. Two ways on this one. Hot Wheels are literally model cars. Mohammed says, go to bed. You go to bed, Mohammed. You never call me anymore, Mo. I miss you, buddy. Give me a ring sometime, King. Maybe after this stream. We should catch up. I want to know how you're doing. You guys want to see the bouncy chat? Bouncy chat. I love the bouncy chat. quote unquote, Greg Abbott is a little piss baby, and so mocking him is fine. Wait, who said that? I am LOL, I miss you, Mo. Oh, you miss me more. I was like, you're Mo. What are you talking about? Polygraph says it was probably a poor choice to pick on a disability, but his disability case is again special. A tree fell on him and he sued the homeowner, blah, 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 then removed the law. Oh, I didn't know that story. The law that was required posting for a while if you made a post. Wait, oh, that was required posting for a while if you made a post. A subreddit post is trolling Texas's controversial content moderation law by requiring every comment to include Governor Greg Abbott is a little piss baby. Oh, I didn't know about that. That's really funny. Good job, Reddit. I don't really Reddit very much, so a lot of that stuff flies past me. Actually, I think I've like posted in like 3 Reddit threads in my entire like decade of having a Reddit account. And I've read maybe just as many. Unless I'm like Googling something and there's a Reddit thread about it, I guess sometimes I'll peek at that. What? I do have a subreddit though. Reddit is kind of mostly dem left, so just be aware tons of allies there. Yeah, I do have a subreddit. I have a so in fact let's see, reddit.com. Oh yeah. Maybe we'll look at these. We might want to look at these 19 photos released by the Oversight Committee. I assume these are 19 photos that have Trump in them. What? You want your bone? Go get your bone. But I do have r/radical coder. I don't think anybody's here, but you could be. If we got any Redditors here, come join the community. I mean, obviously we already have a Discord, but we've got the Reddit. I feel like this is an old picture. Is this new? Oh, is that yeah, that's Bill. Bill Gates. Jeffrey and Steve Bannon? Or is that Jeffrey Epstein? Yeah, I think so. With Steve Bannon. Trump with someone whose face is retracted. I don't really know these faces. Is that... They're going through releasing more photos. Not sure if they're all unreleased. No, I know there were like they released like thousands. There's like thousands of photos. But yeah, Bannon's looking rough for Bannon. Oh yeah, this picture of Trump with the girls. The Trump condom. That's so funny. I'm huge. This is another thing we should be using AI on, identifying these people. Yeah, probably to some degree. Has Ryan seen the Trump condoms at Epstein's place? Well, wait, my screen's on, right? Yeah. They're literally on screen right now. Those are survivors. These women? Are you sure? Has that been confirmed that these are like Epstein victims? Relax. You look cute up there though. He's up on my my wardrobe dresser thing. Polygraph says I can use reverse image search, but they're starting to rig it so we can't use it for this purpose, which is criminal, frankly. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that's been happening. God's favorite aunt, good to see you. So it has been confirmed these are victims. That's very concerning. Not looking good for the big T. Not looking good for Mr. President. Polygraph says, my presumption is they're underage, so it's to protect that. Yeah, could be. I feel like we already saw this one. Is it cycling through now? God's favorite aunt says, confirmed by who, when? Yeah, I'm also curious about that. I mean, all this stuff just came out like last night, right? The jawbreaker gag. Always observe a person who has a gag in their mouth. Never leave that person unattended. The jawbreaker gag will cause a person's mouth to produce more saliva than a regular gag and create a choking hazard if the person is unattended or inverted for any reason. It is possible for a person to vomit and suffocate even while standing, so extreme care and caution must be exercised with use of this product. I mean, yeah, those are true things if you're using a jawbreaker gag, presumably. Patent pending. That's creepy. You know, if the context wasn't so disturbing, I'd be like, damn, I want one of those gloves, you know? That looks fun. But not like this. Not like this, guys. Not like this. Sent you some more data also. I think I saw your, unless you just sent more. Yeah, I saw your last message, yeah. Zeking says, no, I don't think it's been confirmed that people are suspicious of their age. Sorry for saying yes, that was a misspeak. Well, I thought you were confirming that those were the victims, which also I guess we can't if it's not confirmed then. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna like say that it's been confirmed. Well, those are sex toys. Anyway. See, okay. We're back to the web app that I had Gemini make of that Midas Touch video. And like it's just so much cleaner. There's so much more. Hey. No sir. No sir. No sir. No, it's me assuming they're survivors. Sure. Polygraph says, I don't mean to call you out directly or indirectly. My mind is all over the place recently, and I don't have some data on some of these. Oh, I think you're good. It would make sense considering all of them have met him. Yeah, but it's all speculation at this point, right? But like, look, it's just like this has so much personality to it. Like, I feel like ChatGPT perhaps could do something like this. But it would take a lot like more specific prompting. Like 5.2 is really good at a lot of things, but I think you have to be like way more particular to get like I mean, what was the app it made? Like, here, look, this is what ChatGPT made with the same prompt. Like, it actually like has the transcript. I don't want the actual transcript in there, you know? I don't need notes on it. Maybe it was being impacted by the fact that it spent 35 minutes building a PowerPoint now. It's still not done. So we're probably not even gonna see this power. I'll have to like open this up next time and see just like what it made. Like, what happened? That's crazy. I've never seen... oh, look, we have a screenshot from it. This could be interesting. I've never seen it work for so long. And it's like, it's not like stuck, right? It's just like... This is the part where people lose cover. Like, look, it's actually... Like it's actually doing it. Like we can see it. This PowerPoint has a lot more personality than the app it made, and it kind of reminds me more of this. Polygraph says this is another separate container, basically. Wait, about wanted posters. Data schema is a big thing. A lot of these sites are probably missing, by the way. It is, and I was actually. It's funny you mentioned that. One of the things I've been throwing together recently is. Let me see if I can find this. Is it Data Workspace Pro? I think it's this one. PM Run Dev. npm run dev client. Oh, I need to stop my let me see. This one. So here, I've been working on this which is just like a workspace for data. Because I was thinking about the like our conversation the other day, and I was like, man, I really want like an SQL based like visual kind of toy, I guess, where I can like store a bunch of like data, like structured data that I can like create APIs out of it. So that's kind of what we're looking at here is the goal. At least that will be the goal of this. It's a work in progress, but I can make tables. So like, let's say I've got a people table. We have name. I mean, it's very, very simple right now, and of course it's failing to create it. So that's disappointing. So I can't really show off what this can do, but work in progress. Wanted posters are basically memes, I guess. Well, yeah, they would be, right? In that context. Wow. 40 minutes on a PowerPoint. Is it really going to take like the full hour to make a PowerPoint? This is the wrong place to broach this, but you saw my post in Discord, right? Yeah. You're good. Which DBM are you using? Are you talking about what we were just looking at? This is I made this. So I'm using my personal SQLite manager thing that I built on Replit, and then I downloaded and built on top of it. So it's just using like a Python SQLite database, but I wanted a visual way of interacting with it. Zeking says, shit is getting scary with Palantir, the way age verification is being implemented, VPN ban bills. Yeah, that is scary. They're worried about IDing us. Sure. Creepy times. Creepy times. Yeah, but I wanted it to also so the main goal of this, and you'll probably see it evolve, and I'll show this off more in the future, but I wanted a few different things here. So like I wanted a JSON visualizer, which it does pretty cleanly. It's nice here, which it also can transform into TypeScript, which is nice. Or at least create an interface for the object, which is cool. But I wanted to be able to do that. I wanted it to be able to kind of simulate the use of apps like Postman, if anybody's familiar with those, where I can like send HTTP requests and explore the results. But I also wanted to be able to manage SQL tables and create APIs out of those tables, so I can then build other apps using them, basically. I was just curious which database you were using, SQLite. Now I know. Now you know. Also looks like my chat might be broken. Let me just fix that real quick. Okay, chat is fixed. R has some really nice libraries for this. I haven't really used R very much. Maybe not at all. So that might be something we explore, but in the future. Anyway, 41 minutes on a PowerPoint. Kind of disappointing. I think this did a good job. R is not hard. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure. Like I consider myself like kind of programming language agnostic. So I feel like it would take me like an hour to get comfortable to get like relatively comfortable writing R code. Polygraph says IMO. All this stuff is the same to a large degree. Just getting familiar with the language. Yeah, exactly. Yep, that's exactly what I was just saying. Yeah. Like it's the same. Like Phantom X says today it's just coder. For now, no radical. Well, I'm always radical. I'm always coder. 24/7, bro. Just tools in the toolbox. It's funny. I don't think I'm bilingual, but I can code in different languages. Yeah. No, we're always radical. We're always coding. But yeah, I feel like every programming language to some degree or another is variables, data structures or data types, functions, and loops. And it's just like those four things repeated in a bunch of different contexts, right? With like various specifics. And it's just like a bunch of different ways of doing that depending on the language. Like the syntax is different. F# is neat. F# programming language demo. I'm curious. Printfn. Okay, so it's like I always find that so this is like a it writes more like a bash type language. I think these are always interesting where like they have the function name and then a space and then the argument for it. Functional languages intrigue me. I really liked Haskell in college when I took a programming languages class. I haven't used Lisp, but I tried to learn it at one point. It is a weird one, though. Who do you think I picked as my Oris starter? So let's see. Gen 3. So we got a Trico, we got Torchic, we got Mudkip. Is it Trico? Did you pick Trico? Trump's favorite note is A minor. Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor. That was my like number one song in 2024 on my Spotify Rewind. I just could not stop bumping it. Torchic. Okay. Good choice. Good choice. I just caught an Alpha Combuskin in Legend ZA in one of the Mega Dimensions. Yeah, Trico is my favorite starter from Gen 3. I always really like Trico. It is a great beat. Dun, 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 it. Dun, 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 it. Oh, man. Gets me going. I haven't listened to it in a while, actually. Good morning, Jelly. Did you see, there's a picture on my community post page of Umbreon in the sweater that you bought him. He's not wearing it right now because it's kind of warm in here. God's favorite ant. Is this some Pokemon shit? Well, yeah, we were just talking about Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, which Z King is playing, and Legend ZA, which I guess we're both playing, but probably a lot of other people are as well. We love Pokemon here. Also, Umbreon is my dog, right? So we're always talking about Pokemon. Oh, that's it? I thought he was going to show me some more interesting stuff. Okay, here we go. All this like next line. Like, is this how the actual... Are these arrows like part of the code, or is it saying like enter? That's so interesting. Yeah, go check it out. Go check it out. It's blue. I hope you like it. God's favorite ant says, I don't hate it, but I missed it by about 10 years. Oh, sure. Must have been playing Factorio lately. I love Factorio. I really like Factorio. Glitchin, good to see you, says, I can't get into Mega Dimensions. I actually like ZA, but I can't bring myself to go back to it. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it might just be like the timing. Like for me, like I really got attached to the gameplay loop of post-game ZA, like with the Infinite Battle Royale. So like I spent a lot of time just leveling up like all my alpha Pokemon, like doing the infinite battles, getting cards, then fighting like once you get the 50k points or whatever. I just really enjoyed that game loop, and then I feel like the Mega Dimension game loop is also like really appealing to me, because just like these quick, it's kind of like roguelike, these like quick runs through the Mega Dimension. And I'm like constantly like looking for alphas that I don't have, getting tons of you get some like tons of XL candy and stuff. So, or not candy, but XL experience shards. We should do some multiplayer sometime, maybe. I haven't played in a very long time. You know my Pokemans meme, I assume. Honestly, not off the top of my head. My Pokemans. I probably would remember it if I looked into it, but any luck on my PowerPoint? Is it done? It's done! So, ChatGPT 5.2 spent 43 minutes building this PowerPoint out of Midas Touch video. Happy 13th of December to you as well, Nikoti. Glitchin says, I was watching someone play it and they found a shiny Alpha Latias. Yeah, that's very cool. Yeah, I like that you can shiny hunt those guys. But I think you can only catch them once. I heard about that. I haven't gotten that far into the DLC yet, so. Do you have the Space Age DLC? It changes a lot. I don't have it. Yeah, I don't. But I've heard... did I? I don't think I ever bought it. I don't think I ever did. Has it snowed there yet? Yeah, no, not yet. Not here in Florida. How can you Pokemon and not Pokemon? I think I just don't know the reference, which is surprising maybe. But yeah, let's see what how ChatGPT built a PowerPoint. It looks pretty robust. Let me change my... Oh no, it's actually showing the full thing. That's good. My breakdown. The meme war, the grift, the cover-ups, and real-world consequences. It's cuffing season, folks. In the clip, the admin leans into cuffing season memes. Then Newsom fires back with an AI arrest meme aimed upward. And Midas Touch says, I love the way he's mocking and taunting this regime. Mock the cruelty. I mean, this is like pretty well designed, right? This is a solid PowerPoint so far. When the White House posts like a flame bait account, it's not comedy, it's distraction, dehumanization, denial, and it trains people to accept cruelty as normal content. I mean, true. Cuffing season visuals, celebrating raids, deportations, viral cruelty as PR. I mean, all this stuff is real. Like, this is what's happening. Pretty apt description. Content is distraction, silly edits of opponents, outrage bait, look over here. Normalizes extremism, move the acceptable line. Yeah, like shifting the Overton window. Dares you to object. If the politics can't survive without memes, it probably can't survive daylight. It's a good line. Missing images or visual for the block. Oh, sure. Yeah, this is too much text here, right? It would be good to have some visuals here. Hey, Denizen. I'm a critical improver. No, I mean, whatever. Like, it's the feedback is important. Like, this is like I said, I was saying earlier, like, this is probably the first time that we have like a model like ChatGPT that's actually like pretty decent at creating usable artifacts. Like, this is like stylistically, you know, there's problems with it, but like you could literally like present this. I mean, I am presenting this right now. Like, you could make a presentation like walking through a process or something, right? Let's see. A court filing describes a 6-page list of words to limit or avoid for Head Start docs. So disability, race, women, trauma, discrimination, diverse, inclusivity, and Gulf of Mexico. So that's kind of crazy. Let's just read that list again. For Head Start docs. Can't talk about disabilities. Can't talk about women. Can't talk about trauma. Can't talk about discrimination. Can't talk about race. Can't talk about diverse or inclusivity. And you definitely can't mention the Gulf of Mexico. We have the gold card. Oh, I like the visual they made here. Reported $15,000 processing fee. Yeah, the spacing is weird. So right now, Jelly, we are watching, or we're parsing through a PowerPoint presentation that was made by ChatGPT out of a Midas Touch video transcript. So it spent 43 minutes building this PowerPoint. And we're just going through the slideshow and kind of evaluating how it did. Because this like the ability to make a PowerPoint like this and spend nearly an hour on it is a new feature of like ChatGPT 5.2, which just dropped like 2 days ago. And I mean, this is like a PPTX file. Like, you can open this in PowerPoint and make edits, right? Like, presumably all this stuff is actually made in that proper format. It's not just like a generated image, right? It treats a quote like a non-spaced block of text. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Good morning, Short Stack Goblin. Good to see you. God's favorite ant says, better than the bulk of PowerPoints I had to sit through in the army, but still has similar problems. Too much info on one slide. Yeah. How long was the video? Good question. It's a 17-minute video. So in theory, we could have just watched the video for 17 minutes instead of waiting an hour for this PowerPoint to be made. But at the same time, let's get back through. We were here. Okay. He keeps bragging about passing a cognitive screening. Yeah, he's quoting person, woman, man, camera, TV. This is a cognitive screen. This is his very intelligent test. He frames the dementia screening like an SAT flex. He can't keep straight whether it was 3 or 4 times. Yeah. What's with the eye here? Is this an AI generated picture of Trump? I don't know if this is like, his eyes are weird. What's the fun in watching the video instead of waiting for a sweet PowerPoint? Well, that's what I'm saying. And also, I asked it. I think one of the requests was to give it like some of my personality into the PowerPoint. Powell drops a real vibe check. Again, the spacing is a little weird, but like I think all pictures of Trump are AI generated at this point. Maybe it's his arrest photo doctor. Probably could be. Like, I feel like this, like, just a little bit of cleanup could make this like a really solid presentation. let's see, payroll jobs reported, but the Fed staff estimate is, oh, I'm trying to understand what's going on here. So okay, so the implied true pace. So it looks like what's happening is the real growth is 40K jobs per month, and they're overstating it as 60K jobs per month. This is stuff we can work on and config as the thing. Yeah, absolutely. So they don't get asked again and again, which they are right now. Car prices of the tell. Average new car payment is $748 a month. Average new vehicle price is $50,000. Jelly says, I need to make coffee. Make some coffee. Enjoy some coffee. Speaking of coffee. Oh, my cold brew is getting warm. Ew. And we're still losing jobs. Yikes. Bailouts are not a victory lap. Tariffs are intensifying strain on U.S. farmers. John Deere warned of impacts and strain. Farmers say aid won't fix the harm or instantly restore markets. So this is what's happening, like with the farmers who Trump is promising aid to now because they're being hurt by the tariffs, by his tariffs, his taxes. Slept in and now I don't feel like doing anything. I feel that. I woke up super early today, which is why I felt like I was able to do this. I almost went back to sleep. I was this close. Bailouts are good for Americans if they are for workers. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how these handouts are being handled, but if they're for select groups, we're screwing ourselves. Sure. I mean, yeah, this is going to be for like focused on farmers, which, you know, is good for the farmers, right? Like I want food. I like food. I like being able to eat. One of my favorite things to do. What's the safest coffee to drink? I don't know how to answer that. Like fresh coffee, I guess. Let's see. So transparency test failed. So, they're talking about the strikes here. Oh, I love my cold brew. Black. Yes, true. Yes. Alexander's right about that. I love black coffee. I used to not even drink coffee until college. What I started doing was I'd go to Steak and Shake and like just hang out overnight with my friends and like drink coffee, and I would mix it. At first I would put like half milk, half coffee, and I would slowly put less and less milk until I just started drinking black coffee. Jelly says, I have to get ready for this Christmas puppy. I need help planning for the puppy. I recommend, I used to get BarkBox, which is like a subscription thing for dogs, like a subscription box for dogs. And they gave the best toys. That's how I got his, I have a camera for him that came in one of those boxes. They always add in like free gifts and stuff when you're starting. But yeah, I love those toys. Some of his favorite toys to this day came from that, although a lot of them have been destroyed. Short Sex says, I've been to California. You still don't drink coffee, Ryan? I lived in California for about a year. So, try again. I like cream or at least 2% milk, says Nakoti. No sugar. Yeah, I don't mind putting a little bit of milk in my coffee, but I don't need it. But yeah, this is about the strikes, right? The strike was on September 2nd. Dems are urging the release of the video, and the admin's resisting transparency, as we know. This is the part where people lose coverage. Oh yeah, so hey, if you can believe it, who could have possibly predicted this, right? Who could have possibly predicted that when they reopened the government and Republicans promised to negotiate about ACA subsidies, that they wouldn't fucking do a thing? Who could have seen this coming? that nothing would happen. They're going to expire. Premiums are expected to more than double on average. The House GOP does not, or plan as reported, does not extend them. Who could have seen this coming? No one could have known. Alexander says they said they would negotiate, not agree. I guess, yeah, fair. Well, I guess they kept their word. Did they even really negotiate? I don't know like what the technical details of the. I mean, I'm sure there was conversations about it, but you're right. Will it affect Medicare premiums too? I don't know. Short Sack says, you missed the point. That tasteless black thing you serve in the U.S. is not coffee. It's just dirty water. A man is trying to nuance xenophobia here. And Dakota says, what I really want to know is, have you asked AI what to get your newish girlfriend for Christmas? You know, since this is kind of a hard one, since it's new and stuff. I have some ideas, but I haven't talked to AI about it yet. Maybe I will. They made an offer to not do anything except offer $1,000 for HSA. But yeah, everything will be affected. To answer your question, Denizen. Everything. Yeah. It's all going to get more expensive. Healthcare is about to get more expensive in the United States. That's the big takeaway, right? And a lot of people are going to lose coverage. A lot of people aren't going to be able to afford these like price raises. It's just, I mean, it's just the reality, right? Please don't let your GF know you ask AI how to treat her. She knows how I use AI, I think. We've talked about it. She's not like a big AI girly. I don't think she's spent a lot of time. I don't think she's like, I think every time that I talk about something I'm using AI for, it's like, she's like, oh, I didn't even know it could do that. But like I've talked about how I like, you know, like talk about things to it and reflect on them. So you're participating in this capitalist scam called gifting? Yeah, I am. TLDR, hospitals will close, doctors will move, people will die. Yeah, yep. Estimated 50,000 people per year, right? 50,000 low-income Americans who would not have died otherwise. That's what we're looking at. Is this it? This is the last slide. So 11 slides. I mean, it's not the most amazing PowerPoint in the world, but like this is the first. Like, think about this. Okay, ChatGPT 5.2 spent 43 minutes building this kind of, you know, mid-ass PowerPoint, right? Out of a YouTube video transcript. So like, imagine a year from now, it can probably make a better PowerPoint in about half the time or less. So, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of exciting. I want to figure out how I can get it to spend 43 minutes like this on like a code base, which I guess it probably will do. Spend as much time as you possibly can. Create a zip file containing a full stack application, hyper customized for me based on everything you know about me and my workflow and my processes and my tendencies, tastes, etc. It should use Python, SQLite, HTML, Vue.js, Vue.js and Tailwind CDNs, and take liberties, be creative, but spend a really long time building it. Iterate a bunch. Deeply review every single piece, component, block exhaustively. Really go deep and build something unique and magical. And we'll see what it does. It's hopefully this will spend a really long time on it. Spend a long time times 2. Yeah. I want to make sure. I repeat myself sometimes, you know. Good morning, Jen. Good to see you. Mid-ass PowerPoint, XKCD ass car. You don't need to be that specific, man. I don't have to. I think you should give it a mix of Jim Carrey's personality, Aussie, so there's some salty language in it, and your own thinking personality, and your overthinking personality. I do like to when I ask ChatGPT for like reflections when I'm like about to go to bed. Sometimes what I'll do is like I'll ask it to like put like do like an Alan Watts / Ram Dass inspired by like Lewis Carroll a bit, and write like custom reflections for me, which can be fun. Alexander says, I'm wondering if it would be any good at going from one presentation to another. In academics, we often need to grab this 2 40-minute presentations and merge them into 15-minute summary of both. That's really interesting, actually. I wonder if it would be able to select what's important. I think so. Yeah. I think especially like apparently ChatGPT 5.2, like one of its big strengths is like the needle in a haystack thing. Like a lot of old models with big context windows, which this only has like 256K context window, which is still like only about a quarter of the Gemini context window. But it's really good at finding specific things in that context window. So if it knows like what to look for, I think it probably would. Watch this request is the one that creates AGI. Yeah, I did it, guys. This could be it. It's going to be called Radical Nexus. Well, we're going to let it cook. Hopefully this won't be done before I end the stream, because I don't plan on streaming that much longer. But again, like honestly, even with that PowerPoint, I feel like Gemini making this web app is kind of better. Like it's covering the same content, right? The gold card, cognitive deterioration. Like it's more uniformly structured. Like each slide's not like that unique. But like, I mean, it's the limitation is that you can't you can't pass this web app into like PowerPoint and then tweak it using PowerPoint. You have to like know how to modify the code to actually go in and move things around here, or just like, again, just reprompt. But I don't know. It's interesting. Good. Take your time. Yes. Anyway, any final thoughts, guys? Any final thoughts? I think I'm gonna wrap up soon. I do have stuff to do later today, so I probably will rest a little bit more. I need to get some sleep before I go out later, so. Polygraph says, for something like a single page, they could just open it and edit it in Text Basic, like what you see is what you get editor. Yeah, and you can do that like so like my main browser that I use is ChatGPT's Atlas browser. And like I can actually like it has like agentic mode where I can open up like an editor like that and just ask it to do stuff. But I mean that's what I did with the other HTML file. Ooh, linking notes in Obsidian style. I love that. Bye bye, Z King. I also want to play some more Mega Dimension. It's finally starting on the back end. Oh, also the Avengers Doomsday trailer coming out soon. That's exciting. A Cuckable Christmas in the Panelverse, a Wilson's Family Story. Oh my god. Jesus, Sarah. There's something so charming about the way Gemini does these presentations. Like, do you guys remember, or was anybody here when I made that game out of the like refusing illegal orders? Like, there's the theming is like really good with Gemini, and I don't know. I haven't seen another model really capture that. Okay, let me try another video. Here, there's a video about ChatGPT 5.2's image generator versus Google's Nano Banana. Oh, but I have to reopen my npm run dev. Let's see. It's the type of tool that would be good for crime corruption pages. Dossier. Okay. Build another completely different one themed for this video. Get really creative with it. This is the last thing we'll do. It's hard to like put my finger on like the kind of quirkiness, and it does like repeat. Like I've seen a lot of apps that I've made that have like this style, this particular like style. So I guess I'm starting to see like trends repeat, but I bet there's probably ways that I can kind of probe around and find like more, like get more variety from it. I love this is still cooking. Like I have I'll use Codex, which is ChatGPT's like local coding tool. And it'll sometimes take 10, 15 minutes on a task. But it also, there's like limits, like very explicit limits to how much I can use that. Limits that are, I mean, there are limits in the in browser ChatGPT as well, but I think they're like way less strict. Joey says, I still haven't gotten this damn coffee yet. Get that coffee, girl. Polygraph says, you would have that on a page with a lot of other details info in order to cut down on what's loaded right away for performance load speed. Okay, here we go. Again, there's like some things that are kind of repeated here from the other one. But like this is a nice little layout. And I like the icons. Whatever icon library they're using is nice, and they're picking the right choices. As 2025 concludes, the AI arms race intensifies. OpenAI is releasing GPT Image 2 to counter Nano Banana Pro. Biological accuracy. I guess they created like a human cell diagram. I mean, let's try that. Create a diagram of a human cell. Something that would put any modern textbook to shame. I had a tasty coffee, but it's almost gone. And it's gone. Well, like this little... I feel like this is new. Maybe not. Maybe I just haven't been making images very often recently. Create another image while you wait. That's nice. They had a high-resolution photo of a cell just released, actually. It was super cool looking. That is super exciting. New high-res image of cell. The most detailed... That's 4 years ago. 3 years ago. Oh, yeah. What kind of cell? Yeah. Well, I think I asked... I did a human cell for the ChatGPT image. Our tech is getting pretty nice. Yeah, no doubt. Microscopes are something I haven't played with much. Yeah, me either. But I'm not that kind of science guy, you know. Let's see. Chai recipe generation, artistic layout versus practical steps. Oh, it's comparing how GPT did versus Nano Banana. Oof, $11 per... Oh, is this like a specific... Oh, I think this is talking about... Oh, the Arc... Okay, yeah, Arc AGI. So a few... like 1 year ago, ChatGPT... I guess it was 5 at the time, presumably. Scored pretty high on Arc AGI. I don't know what the score was at the time, but it costs like $11,000, or like not like maybe it was like $4,000 per task, something like that. It was something ridiculous, but it's gone down in a year from that to like $11 per task. So it's like literally like 100 times cheaper, right? For soldering, they have nice magnifiers that show up on your computer screen. That's the best I've used. That is really cool. I used to do a little bit of soldering. I never got like good at it, but I used to be able to play with it. And I had a networking class in high school. I was really lucky to have, and I did not take advantage of it properly. I think I didn't appreciate what I had in front of me, and I regret that. Short Stack says, I had the opportunity to play with a couple of electron microscopes and an AFM during college. That's nice. All right, here's our human cell. It's not like amazing, but it looks like it's I mean, do we see anything that's like obviously wrong? I honestly am not I just don't know. Some of this is smooth. There's smooth ER and smooth ER. Some of this feels wrong. Reduced probably because they're building all these stupid data centers. Yeah. But the stupid data centers let me do fun stuff with AI. I feel like there's probably some mistakes here. But that's okay. I'm glad this is still working. 13 minutes. Yes, just keep going. Keep going, ChatGPT 5.2. But I'm going to end the stream. So I appreciate you guys. I might go live later tonight. We'll see what's going on. But I've got a lot of stuff to do during the day today. So, yeah, I mean, I'll keep you guys updated. But the streak continues. And if you scroll back in the beginning, you'll see me eat some of this hot sauce. The first of the month. We have 12 days of increasingly hotter hot sauces. So that should be fun. Plasm and cytoplasm are wrong. Well, rip. Get it together, ChatGPT. Well, you've made your choice then between land and water versus data center. Well, like, am I making that choice? I don't know about that. I don't know if I'm making the choice. I think I'm just kind of dealing with what's given in front of me and trying to take advantage of what's happening regardless, you know? Yesterday I asked AI to translate this phrase. A fleep is a florp that grundles contrafliciously. What did it say? Then asked it to draw a picture of a fleep. That's wild. Okay, well, I appreciate you guys. I might redirect you guys somewhere. Let's see. I mean, is anyone even live at 10:30 on a Saturday? Except for me. The best streamer in the game. Halfway to 1 million subscribers. Gotta ask AI how it can make itself self-sustainable. That is a good question. Nearly every label is wrong, Ryan. That's disappointing. Pretty rough. Pretty rough. Yeah. Yeah, I'm good. Just gonna end it. But appreciate you guys. I'll see you maybe later today. And if not, I'll see you tomorrow. Learning is radical. Bye-bye.